Geico's motorcycle expertise means I'm covered by people who know bikes like I do. I'm happy as a clam.
Disclaimer, no conclusive scientific research has shown clams can experience happiness.
I just meant that I feel really good about my coverage.
I mean, even if you took the clam out for the best day ever, visiting the zoo, taking a scenic ride, knowing you're insured by specialists, and sharing a strawberry ice cream cone together, the clam would not feel happy, and your strawberry cone would taste sort of clammy.
Ew.
Geico's motorcycle specialists who know bikes like you do assume no liability for clammy ice cream cones. Geico. Expertise for your motorcycle.
Listening to the radio today, I heard a radio contest here in LA, but it doesn't matter where you are. All radio contests sound exactly the same. You're lucky caller number 7. Oh my God! I can't believe it! Are you serious? I'm serious. You just won $1,000. What's your favorite radio station? This one! Whatever the hell it is! Most people have no shame or humility. There's no rule that says you have to love the station you won on. If I won a contest, I'd be completely honest. You just won $1,000. What's your favorite radio station? Well, I jump around a lot. I like the Spanish one. And this one's pretty good. What station is this anyway? I just had it on Seek.
Your Morning Blitz begins now.
Hey, let's go on a Thursday. Or maybe not. Maybe you get to just go right back to bed because check your local listings, your email, your Facebook page for your area because a lot of schools are already closed. It is slick out there. I posted a video on our Facebook page this morning because the car was completely covered in just that thin sheet of ice. And so I rolled down the windows and the ice stayed. Yeah. It was completely covered. So you're going to be doing some scraping most likely this morning. I do know that we've been getting a lot of calls, which is shocking to me that you're still getting phone calls from school districts. Because normally it's just like updated.
You're pouring salt in a wound over here.
Is that kind of like
it's actually not me. I'm not the one who does the heavy lifting in this area anymore, but we do post all the school closings and delays on the website,
right?
Which takes some manual labor.
Right.
You know? It takes some time to do that. The manual labor is in the fingers, typing it in.
Yes.
But
do the school districts not send out text messages?
Absolutely send out text messages,
okay.
Yes. But, it's tradition that we've done this on our website, and we continue to do it just in case. We love our broadcast license, and we really want to hang on to it.
100%.
And so we would like to serve the public in that way.
And I'm all about serving the public.
Yes.
Just serving the public in the right way because you can get that same information pretty much anywhere. Anyways, double check before you head out the door this morning because there is a good chance that you might have a school closure or, if nothing else, a delay this morning.
Hey, don't tell anyone about Waze or I might be out of a job. See what I'm saying?
No,
Let's just keep things traditional here.
Okay. Absolutely. Lots to do and lots to talk about this morning. We've got more Sebastian Maniscalco tickets coming up. We're going to do that. Let's see. What time? Where's my sheet? I lost my sheet. There it is. We're going to do that at about 7:20 this morning. We also want you, a little bit later this morning, we're going to talk about how you talk at work. We want you to give us a call and talk to us like you're in a meeting. That work jargon.
Oh, your work buzzword.
Yeah. I want to guess what you do just based off of if you were on a meeting or in a phone call and what that would sound like on your daily to-do list. So we'll get to that coming up here at about 7:40 this morning. Right now, let's get to your trivia question for the day. Thick, what you got?
All right, Morning Blitz trivia, $25 to waterbeds and stuff if you're the first one to text in the correct answer at 99700. Family Feud, famous for great answers to questions, and social media currently cracking up over a recent Family Feud contestant's bad answer. She had to name a state in New England. What was her answer that was very wrong and had everybody laughing hysterically? She had to name a state in New England. What answer did she give? Be the first one to tell us at 99700, and you will win that gift card.
99.7 The Blitz. It's the Morning Blitz. Goose, Kelly, Thick, Rick. Good morning. Let's get to the Blitz trivia question of the day. What you got, Thick?
All right, social media cracking up over a Family Feud contestant's bad answer. She had to name a state in New England, and here's the audio.
Name a U.S. state that is part of New England.
Spain.
Name a U.S. state that is part of New England. Spain.
That is such a bad answer.
Oh, my gosh. So, yeah, Spain. Do you guys know the states
Of New England?
that are part of New England?
Massachusetts,
New
Vermont,
Hampshire.
New Hampshire, Connecticut.
Two more.
What else is up
See.
there?
All right, let's see. We've got
Rhode Island?
Yep, that's 5. One more. You said Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Vermont, Connecticut, and
What else is up there?
Well, I mean, it's not Maine. I don't think
It is Maine.
It is Maine.
Yeah.
Oh, Maine.
Okay,
Oh,
I didn't know if
yeah.
they considered Maine New England.
Yep, those
Yeah,
are,
yeah. That's
All right.
that's like the northeasternmost part.
yeah, those are the 6.
Those are the only two spots of the country that I haven't visited are New England and the Pacific Northwest. I've been to every other like area. Yeah.
Okay.
But I really want to go to those two areas of the country. I would love to see Boston. I don't know how long I want to hang out there, but I want to go see it. And I absolutely want to go see like Seattle and
Oregon,
and that.
So you spent some time in Colorado. Did you?
I lived 14 years in Colorado.
Did you had to have been to a concert at Red Rocks?
Many
Dude,
concerts at Red Rocks.
Is it as great as everybody says?
100%.
Yeah.
I will live by only a couple rules in life, and one of them is whoever your favorite band is, whoever your favorite artist is, when they're on tour, if they ever go to Red Rocks, spend the money for a 3-day trip to Denver and go see your favorite artist at Red Rocks. By far, hands down, no argument, the greatest music venue in the world.
That's all I hear it all the
Just
time.
dug into the mountains there. You've got, the
I ran the steps
the
at Red Rocks, but I never saw a concert there.
That's a big thing. A lot of people during the day will go and because it's actually inside of like Red Rocks Park. But as you're watching the show, it's pavilion style, so they've got the stage is covered.
I've seen them I've seen a couple of their concerts on TV from there, and it looks amazing.
All the seats are open though, and then depending on I don't know what row you have to be at, but depending on where you're at in the seating, you can look right over the top of the pavilion and you see downtown Denver in the distance.
Nice.
Yeah, so absolutely. Spend the time to go over there.
All right, well, Jason Cordell from Lancaster was the first one to text in Spain, so Jason can go over to Waterbeds and stuff and spend his $25.
Here's one for you. Are you the happiest you're going to be all day right now?
Geico's motorcycle expertise means I'm covered by people who know bikes like I do. I'm happy as a clam.
Disclaimer: no conclusive scientific research has shown clams can experience happiness.
I just meant that I feel really good about my coverage.
I mean, even if you took the clam out for the best day ever, visiting the zoo, taking a scenic ride, knowing you're insured by specialists, and sharing a strawberry ice cream cone together, the clam would not feel happy, and your strawberry cone would taste sort of clammy.
Ew.
Geico's motorcycle specialists who know bikes like you do assume no liability for clammy ice cream cones. Geico. Expertise for your motorcycle.
Because according to a new study, mornings are the happiest time of the day, and in fact, you will feel the happiest right when you wake up. They analyzed data from 50,000 adults throughout 2 years and found that regardless of the day, a person wakes up pretty much in a good mood, and that's the best you're going to feel all day. Which makes sense because otherwise, you don't have the weight of everything of
crushing
the day that
down
has
on
hit
your
you.
shoulders. Yes.
You don't have the annoying coworker. You don't have the overbearing boss. You don't got the kids yelling at you yet. You don't have the significant other that has done something just to piss you off yet. So it's just the happiest you're going to be. And they say the day is obviously a bit of a roller coaster. Big dip at 10:30, and then happy again about 6 o'clock because you're done with work. You got the food. You're eating dinner. You're ready to relax for the night, hopefully. So just know this might be the happiest.
This is it, baby.
I don't know about all that.
You don't think so?
that waking up is the happiest time of the day?
That's what they say.
I don't wake and bake, so I can't say it is.
I'm my most energetic, and I feel the best in the morning. I'm absolutely a morning person, feel my best in the morning, but it's not my favorite time of day.
Yeah.
But I do love, I feel my best in the morning. That, I'll give you that.
Yeah, and
every day.
Yeah, absolutely not my favorite time of the day.
But
not necessarily want to...
It feels good. It's like there's so many possibilities ahead of you in your day.
That's about it.
Yeah.
It's a fresh new day. Anything can happen. And in the no-duh category, the happiest mornings are Saturday and Sundays.
Oh, well, those mornings, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Now, I love a weekday morning. I got up at 2:15 today. Now, that was not on purpose. I was just awake, and I was like, forget it. I threw in the towel and got up. But I still felt good. I felt like I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I like having a task ahead of me to complete. It feels good. My favorite time of the day is at night when I crawl under those covers and lay down. I go to bed a lot earlier than Charlie does, and he comes up and lays down next to me, and we just like have a little conversation, just have a chit chat and talk, and he wishes me good night, and that is my favorite part of the day.
So you don't lay down together for the night in bed?
Okay.
No,
I go to bed at like 7:30. He goes to bed probably 9:30.
But he wakes you up when he gets in bed to have a little conversation?
Never. No. When I go to bed, he comes up to say goodnight.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Because Nora and I get in bed together.
What time?
Depending. 6:45 is not out of the question on some nights.
Oh,
yeah.
my God.
We're going to bed.
Oh, no, I applaud
granted,
that.
We don't necessarily fall asleep, but we'll cuddle and watch TikToks and stuff. But on an average day, 7:30 we get into bed, and then I probably roll over at about 8:15, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But we absolutely
That's a fun time of the day, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. But
Yeah.
she'll go to bed because she's such a sweetheart. When my alarm goes off at 4:00 in the morning, she'll get up and while I'm getting ready, she pours my coffee, and she would get put my lunch in the bag, and then.
Oh, good for you.
Oh, good for you.
Wow.
Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous.
What is that, man? What is that?
Isn't that
world?
lovely? That's so nice.
But then she would do a couple things before, the boys got up for school, and believe me, I tell her she doesn't have to.
Yeah.
But says she wants to. I'm like, okay. We'll see how long it lasts. I'm going on 2.5 years. You're going on
22.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see how long it lasts. I'm not saying it's going to last forever, but
Yeah, we go to bed at the same time, Heather and I, but she definitely doesn't get up with me.
no, not doing it.
That wasn't in our prenups, was it? But was it in yours?
I might make it so. Absolutely.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
All right, let's get to your not breaking news. This first story comes out of Florida, more specifically, the Miami Marlins ballpark, because it was last spring when the Miami Marlins had a Bark in the Park event. Very famous event, done at a lot of ballparks. The day where you get to bring your four-legged friend with you and watch the baseball game.
Yes.
Well, Luann Hahn was attending the Miami Marlins game that day between the Miami Marlins and divisional foes Atlanta Braves for the Bark in the Park event. And that is when she was walking through the center area there and ended up slipping on what turned out to be dog pee. One of the dogs had to go to the bathroom. And in typical U.S. fashion, she has decided it is now time to sue the Miami Marlins because she says the physical injuries that took place caused a lot of damage to her and her mental capacity, if you will. So she says she is suing the Miami Marlins, the Marlins Stadium Operator LLC, and the City of Miami for damages in excess of $50,000. The existence of the liquid on the floor created an unreasonably dangerous and unsafe condition. That is, let's see. I want to list the what she put in her lawsuit here. She sustained injuries resulting in pain and suffering, disability, disfigurement, mental anguish, loss of the capacity for enjoyment of life, expenses of hospitalization, medical and nursing care and treatment, loss of earrings, and loss of the ability to earn money in the future, and aggravating a previously existing condition.
Wait, loss of earrings?
She put that in the lawsuit.
So she hit her head so hard her earrings flew out?
I I assume so.
Wow.
Because loss of the capacity for enjoyment of life.
Yeah.
Really? You lost your capacity for enjoyment of life. Are you just that embarrassed that you're covered in dog pee that you're never going to get over it?
This is why the United States graduates more lawyers than the rest of the world combined.
Oh, absolutely. We also have
I might think if I'm seeing that Miami Marlins money, I'm thinking I'm not enjoying my life as much as I could be. You know?
Well, yeah, and so you need a lawyer.
We also advertise. They have people that visit from other countries, and one of the things they always say is, I cannot believe how many lawyers advertise. Billboards, TV, everywhere. It's absolutely unbelievable. Story number 2. Have you ever bought something, if you're a thrifter or a garage sailor that spends your weekends visiting different garage sales to see what kind of deal you can get? Well, experts at a New York-based art and data science center believe that a long-lost piece of Vincent van Gogh art was sold at a garage sale recently in Minnesota.
What?
For $50. It turns out this long-lost Van Gogh painting called Elamar could be worth up to $15 million.
Where did it come from?
They don't know. I mean,
Whoa.
They say that he painted it sometime between 1889 and 1890. And no idea how it ended up at this garage sale. But they're going into some further testing, but they are pretty sure this is the original Vincent van Gogh.
That's just incredible.
Are you
Wow.
a thrifter at all, Kelly?
I'm not. I do not enjoy the smell of a thrift store. It really bugs me. And in fact, obviously, like my friend really thrifts a lot and she'll give me stuff that she doesn't like that I might like. And I've gotten a couple sweaters from her and it takes quite a few washes to get that smell out. Whatever they throw on those clothes to sort of disinfect them or whatever it is they're doing or spraying.
Right.
I don't know, but I can't bear it.
Don't they just wash them?
I don't think they
there's
do.
more to it?
I think somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I think they spray them with something or I don't know. All I'm saying is there is a distinct odor in every single thrift store I've been in that is unpleasant enough it keeps me away.
Okay. I'm very curious. 800-821-9970 or you can text us at 99700 if you've ever bought something and then found out that it was way more, valuable than what you initially thought it was.
Or maybe if something was in the pocket, like a wad of cash.
Oh, yeah.
That made it more valuable.
I'm trying to think. I've never found anything or really purchased anything that all of a sudden it was like, oh, wait, this is, what's that?
Where'd this kilo come from?
What is that?
underneath the couch.
That's not getting turned in.
No.
What is that that TV show? Roadshow.
Oh, Antiques Roadshow.
Antiques Roadshow,
yes.
yeah. People bring stuff in, and they're like, oh, yeah, this has been sitting in my attic forever. Or I bought this at a thrift store at a garage sale, and then it turns out it's way more. Yeah, I would love to hear from someone who definitely bought something, and then it turns out it was worth way, way more. 99.7 The Blitz. It's Blitz Mornings. Goose Kelly and Thick Rick just did the not-so-breaking news, and in one of the stories, a woman bought a painting at a garage sale for $50. And turns out it looks like it's an original Van Gogh, one that has been lost for a while and could be valued at $15 million.
Wow.
What a find.
It's a lottery. You hit a lottery.
Wanted to know if
I'd
anyone...
sell that. I don't think I'd sell it.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd hang on to it for a little bit.
I would sell that thing in a heartbeat.
I think I'm selling it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want that in your home?
And when I can have $15 million?
Well, first of all, you're asking for trouble if you have it hanging in your home.
You're right.
God forbid
You do need
anyone
to sell
finds
it.
out.
And it is millions.
Or you
And-
damage it.
Yeah, you damage it.
That'd be tough to hand that over, though. An original
grandbabies
Van
come
Gogh.
over.
Yeah. They draw on it.
Yeah.
I have no connection to that thing. I don't care. Please give me that $15 million.
Not to mention, there are some purists that believe something like that belongs in a museum for everyone to enjoy.
It really does. I mean, that is the truth.
And
but still, it'd be tough to hand
But
over.
more importantly, I want that $15 million.
The highest bidding museum will get that painting.
Right. Wanted to know if you ever bought something and found out that it was actually valued at a whole lot more than what you purchased it for. You can shoot us a text at 99700. The texts are rolling in.
Ty said, on a side hustle, I help fix up houses to sell. A homeowner told me to help myself to any of the new bottles of wine in the basement because they did estate sales and ended up with a ton. I'm not really a drinker, so I have no clue what I'm looking at. I found 3 fancy wrapped bottles of champagne in boxes, got them home, and found out they were Dom Perignon.
Ooh.
$2,500
nice.
A bottle.
A bottle?
A bottle.
Did he sell them?
I'm sure.
Or drink them. You got to take a sip of one of those, don't you?
He said he's not a drinker.
I'm drinking one, but definitely selling the rest.
All right, AJ says my in-laws bought a sectional couch at a furniture store back in the 90s. After a month of enjoying their new couch, they lost their remote. While digging for it, they found a Rolex watch. They assumed it was a knockoff because they're really common in New York where they live. So they took it to the local jeweler and found out it was real. A Rolex. Wow.
I filed these all under the category of why can't this happen to me?
Right.
I know.
Let's see. Mike texts in, I bought a completely brand new mechanics tool set, still in factory packaging for $150. Sold that same tool set that day for $450. Man, I miss crackheads.
It's hard to get a deal nowadays.
Oh my gosh. Brian says I bought a box of trucker hats for $20 and sold a few of them for $600 each.
What? For trucker hats?
I guess maybe they're collectibles. I don't know.
I mean, I know they absolutely have made like a comeback, a fashion statement type comeback.
Yeah.
And you can go to those high-end stores in New York and they're selling the designer trucker hats. But $600? There's no way.
Oh my gosh.
What you got?
No money with this one. Wife bought me a pair of boots. There was a purple dildo in one. Let's just say I threw those boots out.
Yeah, there's no way to properly clean that. I agree with that decision.
That ain't happening.
Christine says I bought a corduroy blazer like 20 years ago in a thrift store for $2, and it had so many hidden pockets in it. It was super cool, and in one of those little pockets I found a $50 bill. Major win.
That's always nice. Absolutely. Speaking of getting dressed up and buying new stuff, there are a couple stories here that I want to cover because I know this has been going on for a while, but the Journal of Clinical and Aesthetic Dermatology have found out that a lot of us are suffering from video conferencing dysmorphia. When you see yourself there with your camera face back at you on the Zoom meeting, you're like, oh, I got to do something about this.
Oh, you know what I do? Every time, take my glasses off. I don't know if you notice that in the meetings. I do, in our Zoom meetings. Just take my glasses off. Everybody's blurry and I'm blurry. I don't have to deal with it.
You notice I'm not wearing mine in the meetings.
I really never noticed that before.
Great minds think alike, Deli.
They have seen a big boost in plastic surgery because of this video conferencing dysmorphia.
No kidding.
And a lot of us are, getting a little self-conscious of the way we look at ourselves in the reverse camera there. So they've seen a boom in plastic surgeries. I
sympathize with that. It's tough.
Including another survey, the Face BBL. You know, the BBL is the Brazilian butt lifts. Mm-hmm. Well, one of the biggest plastic surgery surgeries now is the Face BBL, where people are going in to get fat injected into their face to have them a fuller look, going upwards of $15,000 for the Face BBL.
Isn't that funny? Is that these people are spending all this money on those GLP-1s to lose like 100 pounds or something, and then it's like, but then you got to get some fat injected back into your face so you don't look haggard
because you've lost a little bit too much.
Yeah.
I will say, if you were to put like a lineup of women in front of me, the ones that I normally go for, the one if I'm gonna point out a woman and say, oh, that's an attractive woman, one of the common physical similarities would be a little bit of a rounder face. I've noticed that in the women that I'm attracted to have a little bit of a rounder face. It began with Kelly Kapowski, Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
Yeah.
Because when it got to Saved by the Bell, the college years,
that was it for you.
She was so hot. So hot. So I can see why you would get, or why people would think a Face BBL would be a good idea.
Like a thinner face always looks older than a more rounder face where they're stretching out those wrinkles. I see that. Absolutely.
But I don't know, man. Did you worry about your face getting dented?
I mean, I would never do it, and there are absolutely people who do way too much with the lip fillers.
I know. It's like, you think that looks good, really?
And like the super exaggerated cheekbones.
Yeah.
Like that is just absolutely way too much.
I don't get it.
However, should you do it? Well, an analysis of 43,533 business school graduates found that attractive people get better and higher paying salaries.
Oh, forever.
I mean,
beautiful people.
It's just a given. After 15 years, attractive MBA grads were 52.4% more likely to hold prestigious positions and earn up to $5,528 more than their plainer-looking counterparts. Which I can totally see. I mean, sex sells. That's all there is to say.
I would think that would start changing in today's society.
I think that they're trying to make that a thing.
Yeah.
But we just...
Like 50% of your staff has to be ugly? Is that how we're hiring? Just to make it fair for all of us?
That's a whole new DEI there.
Absolutely. I mean, you can totally get it. I mean, it's lizard brain. It's what we're attracted to.
Right.
And you can look at any study where if you've got two salespeople, you're most likely going to go to the more attractive salesperson.
That's true.
That's
fact.
More likely to buy. The study shows how appearance shapes not just the start of a career, but its trajectory over decades. And that's the other thing. Not only getting you in the door, it's getting you those promotions. It's getting you those raises. It's getting you those extra benefits. And this, I mean, I hate to admit it, but you go on like TikTok. I see it all the time. You've got some attractive girl who's literally doing a 15-second dance in all of her videos, and she's got 1.6 million followers.
Yeah.
I don't get it. But it's there.
Yeah.
And it's a little frustrating, too.
It varies.
I'm not going to lie.
And now, 3 things you need to know before you go.
More sad news out of that New Albany warehouse shooting from Tuesday night. A second person has died. We don't have an identity on either person who was killed. We do know that 4 people remain hospitalized, but their conditions are not known. Arraignment this afternoon for the man accused of that mass shooting inside the KDC-1 building Tuesday night. 28-year-old Bruce Reginald Foster III was arrested at about 10 a.m. yesterday at a home on East 7th near the Short North. He is charged with aggravated murder. As for what happened inside that building during the shootings, the dispatch got the 911 calls. There were 15 calls made to 911, all but one coming from workers inside the building. I've got sound here of 2 of the workers' 911 calls. And one said he had been shot in the neck, but was able to take the gun away from the suspect. And then in another call, a man said he just walked into a room. He did not know there was a shooting. He thought his coworker had fallen and smacked the back of his head. He said there's blood everywhere, and you can hear this in the calls.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
We've been shot at KDC Albany 1. I've been shot, but I took the gun out of the employee.
Okay, where's the shooter?
He's still inside the building. I've been shot on my neck, and my one body is on the floor. But I took the gun away from the guy.
You took the gun away?
Yeah, I've been shot on the neck. I don't think I can hold it up long enough.
Okay, listen, I've got lots of help coming to you, but I need to know. You said you have the gun?
No, I gave it to my lead.
Okay, so you gave the firearm to your shift lead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
I don't even know the address. It's KDC-1, New Albany.
Okay. We do already have a call on this.
Okay.
Okay, can you tell me exactly what happened?
I don't know what happened. I just came back to the back and found the other supervisor's on the floor, blood everywhere. It looks like where he hit his head. He's breathing, but laboring.
Okay.
It's very, very shallow, very low breaths, and a lot of blood.
Okay.
Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay calm. Try to stay calm.
Oh, gosh, it makes me sick. It makes me sick to think of people having to go and suffer through that.
Yeah.
My
I can't even
gosh.
fathom what that would be like.
Like I said, we don't know the identity of the 2 killed. We don't know the conditions of the 4 who remain in the hospital, but police say they think they're getting closer to understanding a motive. So we'll hear more in the days to come, I'm sure. All right, on to a lighter note. Pennsylvania State Police investigating the theft on Saturday of 100,000 organic eggs worth more than $40,000.
Not surprised.
We're treating
at
eggs
all.
like drugs.
Yeah.
What's the market? Yeah.
I saw a post on Facebook yesterday, and someone had said, "It's over. I will never recover from this. I don't know what I'm going to do. I might as well just give up." And he pans the camera down because he had dropped an egg on his kitchen floor. I get it.
Like Joe Exotic when he said on Tiger King, I'll never financially recover from this.
Yep.
So yes, I guess it was all these eggs, 100,000 organic eggs stolen out of a distribution trailer from Pete and Jerry's Organics. They don't have any leads, but the state police spokeswoman says, and I quote, "The only thing similar I have encountered during my career was a stolen trailer full of tainted chickens." So that is as close to a massive egg heist as she has ever seen. And those are your 3 things.
Thank you very much.
You don't want a tainted chicken.
You do not want a tainted chicken. No. And you don't want a chicken taint either.
You don't either. You're right.
All right, we got some stories from the dark side. This is those stories that make you just want to crawl back into bed and never leave your house. There was a man who was visiting his son in Colorado at the Colorado United Track Club at the University of Colorado Springs. Wade Langston, 57-year-old man, was sitting there watching his son in the track and field games. And then it was just lights out. Game over. He was done for because he got hit in the head with a weight from one of the...
Oh, the hammer throw.
The hammer throw.
Oh, my gosh.
It had surpassed, like, the safety area.
Oh.
And just... punk. Firefighters pronounced Langston dead at the scene.
Oh. What about that arm on that kid, though?
Right?
Where did that arm go? What?
Is he?
I'm sorry, but that is another part of the story, is it not?
Is he headed for the Olympic trials?
Dang.
Did he break some kind of record?
That is sad, though.
He broke
Super
something.
sad.
It did break something.
Dang.
Absolutely.
Whoa.
I mean, just imagine you're just going to see your kid in track and field, man.
Though also, isn't that the best way to go? You don't even know it's coming. You don't know it's coming. You're not suffering. It's horrible. It's terrible. It's a tragedy, but,
Here's the thing. I've had this conversation a couple times. Would you rather something like that, not see it coming, lights out, game over, or do you want time to prep and say goodbye and do all the things?
I don't want any time to prep. I want heavy machinery to fall from a skyscraper on top of my head, and I don't see it coming.
Okay.
I would jump out of the way.
Do you want time to prep and say goodbye? You're probably
I don't know.
You need to clean up your tracks a little bit before you go.
I definitely got to erase the internet history. That's for certain.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff to erase.
Yeah. But
I'm formatting the whole hard drive. What do
I
you-
guess. I guess right now at this age, I'd probably want to say goodbye. But a few years down the line, then I'd be like, okay, just whatever.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Okay.
Story number 2. Stories from the dark side. Speaking of falling, a New Hampshire man is now dead because he fell. I'm sorry, no. He's okay. I apologize. Non-life-threatening injuries. However, this is no fun whatsoever. He fell about 22 feet after his chair detached from the ski lift at the ski resort.
Oh, that had to hurt.
Witnesses say the man was conscious following the fall at the Attitash Mountain Resort in Bartlett on Sunday. He was taken to the hospital and then released. I was up at Crystal Mountain up in the Traverse City area up in Michigan, and I haven't snowboarded in a while, but I used to be a snowboarder, and I came off a jump a little bit faster than I wanted to, and I just whoa, and my feet came up, and I landed on my tailbone, and had to be bedridden for a while because of landing on the tailbone. In fact, not only that, I put really hot water in a 2-liter hot water bottle for like a hot compress.
Yeah.
I got myself second-degree burns because I had too much hot water. The water was too hot in the 2-liter. So I double injured my back. But falling from 20 feet, I mean, I don't know if I was 20 feet in the air, but I was up there.
Well, we've all skied. And, I mean, come on. How many times have you thought about what will you do if that chairlift, separates?
Okay, listen. Though it didn't happen to me that way. However, I'm not good at lifts at all when I'm skiing. I was in Breckenridge 2 years in a row. 1 year, I misjudged where the gate was going to swing back. I was next in line to get a chair, and it hit me in the stomach, and I flipped over the front of it. The next year, I was on the ski lift, and where you're supposed to just really gracefully glide off the chair and onto, to ski. I missed that, and the chair started to turn up and around to go back, and I jumped out of panic. Because I didn't want to separate from, my friends and my husband.
Just ride the chair back down?
Dude, I didn't know if you could. I thought maybe, I had no idea what the end of that was. Is it razor blades? Is it, what is it? So, out of panic.
Slowly see the spikes coming towards your face as you're approaching.
Now, it was probably no more than 5-6 feet that I jumped, but I did get air and landed and fell, but yeah.
I feel like I'd rather get off the lift that way. Let it make the turn around and then just hop down and start skiing and just go.
Yeah, if you're that cool, but apparently, Kelly, not so much.
No.
They do say the man will be fine. They're investigating what happened, why the chair broke away. I will say, for as much of an adrenaline junkie as I am, that's the one thing that kind of gets my heart racing. Like, if you're at the peak of the ski lift and all of it stops, because someone fell down, sitting there doing nothing. I remember the scariest moment of my life was we were in Vegas at the Stratosphere. And if you go to the Stratosphere, they've got the 3 rides. And one of the rides is an 8-person ride where it's 2 seats, 4 2-seaters, basically.
Okay.
And what they do is they put you in the seat, and the arm swivels out so it's hanging above nothing. And then it starts to spin, and the chairs kind of force outward, so you're kind of looking down. And then when the ride's over, the chairs come back together. But then you're sitting there over the stratosphere, nothing below you, before that arm turns back in to bring you back, and just sitting there over nothingness. That's a little nerve-wracking.
You realize you've put a lot of trust in a man-made contraption.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Without a doubt. So, if you're going skiing, just keep an eye on the nuts and bolts.
The Morning Blitz with Goose, Kelly, and Thick Rick on 99.7 The Blitz.
All right, let's give away some tickets for Sebastian Maniscalco, who's going to be at the Schottenstein Center this Saturday. I'm taking Nora. We're going to go as fans of stand-up comedy. She's coming to visit for the weekend. Looking for a little date night.
There you go.
Yeah, kind of excited. Yeah, it'll be a good time. If you want to go, you can win your tickets right now. 800-821-9970. We need a contestant for rock and roll trivia. Very simple game. We got some simple questions. And you know what? Kelly and Thick are here to back you up. If you don't know the answer, you can use them as a lifeline, if need be. But if you want to go see Sebastian Maniscalco, then we need you to call right now. 800-821-9970. We'll give you a chance to win. I got some questions here. And if you're a fan of music, this should be a pretty simple game for you to win, I would think.
Right.
The Blitz, good morning. Hello, The Blitz. Hello.
Hello?
Hi, who's this?
This is Jenny.
Hi, Jenny. How are you this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You want to go see Sebastian Maniscalco?
I do, so bad.
Okay.
You have no idea.
Oh, well, perfect. Then we're going to give you a chance to win some tickets, okay? We're going to play rock and roll trivia. I'm assuming you're a fan of rock and roll music.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, then this game should be very simple for you.
Okay.
So here we go, Jenny. Your first question. Where does Aerosmith want you to walk?
This way.
Ah, this way, absolutely. See how simple this game is, Jenny?
Starting off strong.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, Jenny, here we go. Let's see a little bit harder. Let's see how you do.
Oh, no.
Who does Godsmack stand with?
Alone. I stand alone.
Yeah, they stand alone. Godsmick stands with no one. All right, Jenny, you're on a roll. Here we go, rock and roll trivia for Sebastian Maniscalco tickets. Jenny, what happens on Green Day's street?
What happens on Green Day Street? Well, I have no idea.
No idea.
I'm sorry.
Kelly, do you have an idea of what happens on Green Day's street?
Is that the street is some kind of unbroken dreams or broken dreams?
Broken dreams happen.
Yes.
Of course.
Boulevard of broken dreams.
Yeah, he tricked you with street.
Yeah. All right. Little bit harder, Jenny. Here we go.
Oh, no.
What is Disturbed's favorite noise?
Oh. Your favorite noise?
Disturbed's favorite noise.
Oh, no. I know all the songs, but I can't place that. What's your favorite noise?
Vic, do you have an idea what Disturbed's favorite noise is?
Yes, I do.
What is Disturbed's favorite noise?
None.
None. The sounds of silence. Absolutely.
No,
That makes sense.
we also would have accepted. Oh, wow.
That's 100%. We would have accepted that. 100%.
Yes,
I thought she might do it.
Yeah.
I was thinking that. Oh, darn.
All right, Jenny. How long has it been for Stained?
It's been a while.
It has been a while. Very good. All right, one last one, Jenny. One last one for the whole kit and boodle for the Sebastian Maniscalco tickets this Saturday at the Schottenstein Center. What is Collective Soul's favorite month?
Oh. What is your favorite month? Oh, I know this. Oh, I don't think it's September.
That would be Earth, Wind, and Fire's favorite month.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. You're right.
It's got a big holiday in it. Oh.
December?
Jenny, you did great. We're going to give you the tickets. You're going to see Sebastian Maniscalco. Okay?
I can't believe it. Thank you so much.
You are very welcome. You hang on the line 1 second. We'll get you hooked up with those and another pair of tickets tomorrow. It will eventually heat up to a high close to 50, although some light rain and drizzle possible. You should hopefully have the ice off your car by now.
Gotta be.
Yeah, it should be thawed out. The roads are okay. Most of that was salted and taken care of, so we'll have a full traffic coming up here in a few moments. But right now, I would love for you to give us a call, 800-821-9970, and talk to us like you're in a meeting at work, or talk to us like you're on a phone call at work, because every type of job has got their own kind of work jargon, shortcuts or abbreviations that they use, or terms that no one else would ever know. Like in radio, we can talk about CUME or TSL, time spent listening. We can talk about our P1s, which are like the most listened to, you know, the people that listen to your station the most, and they choose you number one. You're a P1. We can talk about the VU meter readings that Thick still has to do, which you really shouldn't have to do anymore.
I don't get it, but okay.
You talk about
drop, sweeper, stingers.
Yeah.
Stagers.
If you're on the business side, we can talk to you about cost per point.
Yes.
And ratings and all that kind of stuff. So I would love for someone to give us a call, or you can shoot us a text, 99700, and let us know and talk to us like you're at work. The Blitz, good morning.
Hey, good morning. It's Spencer.
Hey, Spencer, what's going on, man?
Hey, going pretty good. Hey, yeah, so are we allowed to use abbreviations and stuff?
Absolutely. We're in a meeting. Okay. Spencer, we're getting the day started. We're in our meeting. Spencer, give me the lowdown. What's happening today?
Well, today I got to work on a WIF, MUA, RTU, and replace a couple TXVs.
Oh.
That's a lot of abbreviations.
Yeah, it's easier to use abbreviations in my field.
Okay, so one more time. Give me the abbreviations again.
Okay, so I have to work on a WIF, an MUA, RTU, and then I have to replace a couple TXVs.
TXVs. You got to replace a couple of TXVs.
Now TXV, I can tell you what that is because it's pretty hard to guess, but a thermostatic expansion valve.
Oh, so are you in like the HVAC business? The old dump button.
I had to dump him. He is in the HVAC business.
There's another radio work term. The old dump button. All right, the HVAC business. No. I like it.
Very good.
Thanks so much for the call, Spence. Have a great one.
Love it.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
When he said TXB, I kept thinking transmission, and he might be a mechanic.
Right.
But,
right. Josh texted in and said, wish I could talk to you guys like it was my line of work, but the whole conversation would get censored. I really wish I knew what that meant and what you do for a living.
Can you text us some terms?
Yeah,
I'm curious.
Yeah, we can censor it. Yeah, text us something that we might be able to. Let's see. 614 text in, just got out of ELT, and we have some information that needs to go out to BLT. Are you making sandwiches? Making the good old BLT sandwich? We might not have enough FTE next year and run rocks or web. We also retool our MTSS. Oh, it's got to be some computer stuff.
Yeah, are you like in programming or something?
Yeah, it's got to be some computer stuff. Blitz, good morning. Who's this?
Good morning. This is Tasha.
Tasha, we're getting our day started. You walk into the office. Give me the rundown for today. What's on the docket? What do we have to get to today, Tasha?
Well, we don't have meetings per se. I would go with one of my phone calls that I've received.
Please.
Because I work at a towing company, so people aren't very happy when their vehicles are towed, like on campus.
A lot of people don't like you, for sure.
A lot of people don't like me, yes. So, good morning. Thank you for calling my tow company. How can I help? You towed my car. Why did you tow my car? I have a permit to park there. Why would you tow my car?
That's a common excuse. I would bet. They always have some sort of excuse or some sort of permit or some sort of permission to park there. But I think for the call. I hope you have a great Thursday and get out there and tow some more cars.
I'm on my way.
All right, bye. All right, 800-821-9970. Give us a call. Blitz, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Who's this?
Kim.
All right, Kim. We're getting our day started. What is on the to-do list for today? How are you going to talk at work? What is some of your work jargon?
So I work in the medical field, so we could do, the consult is for RVR, AFib, CHF, HTN.
See, AFib I would have gotten right off the bat. Nora works in the medical field, so I would have gotten the AFib. So it wouldn't have fooled me there. What part of the medical field do you work in?
Right now, cardiology, but I've done family medicine for 20 years.
Okay. All right. Yeah, AFib I would have got. What's it? Give me the best medical word you have. What's the best medical word you have?
Let's see here. Spondylolisthesis.
Ooh.
And what is that?
It is a condition of the back.
Oh, okay.
Is that like ankylosing spondylitis or whatever? Is that something like that?
Yes.
It is not taint scabies.
No, it is not.
All right, just making sure. You're heading into the office for another day of work with annoying coworkers and a dumbass boss. It's unfortunate, but it happens. But we want you to talk to us like you're at work. What's that work jargon? What happens in a meeting? What happens on a phone call? Those specific words and phrases you guys use, and we're going to guess what you do. Got a text from 357 saying, got to get that primed first, then 1,000, all the blend panels, gray scuff blends, red scuff prime areas, blow off mask and tape, and go find out the RO. See, for me, that sounds like painting.
Yeah, you're a painter.
If you're
That's
gonna,
what I thought.
If you're going to prime an area and blow off the masking tape. Miguel's on the phone. Miguel, good morning.
Morning. What's going on?
Nothing. How are you, man?
I'm good. Just got off work myself, actually.
You're at work. You're having a conversation with someone about whatever it is you're doing, boss, coworker. What's that conversation going to sound like?
So we have an MES meeting on what we do. HW10 is tripped out. HC3 had needed a radial position adjustment. HW9F is a motor replacement. HCTT is stuck and won't raise. Photo eyes need to be reset at 9C.
Okay, my initial thought was you work on the wind turbines, and because those all have numbers, and like they're numbered. But you said raise, and I'm thinking antennas. I'm thinking some sort of like antenna work, electrical antenna work.
There's three areas I'm lead over. There's the grinding, there's the cutting, and the water treatment for hardness. And this is over the cutting area. This is specifically
over the cutting area.
Cutting area.
Okay, so water treatment for hardness, and you're cutting the water, hard water. Are you working in like a sewage plant department?
Nope.
No. All right. What is it you do? What
Do you
job?
dig wells?
Oh, dig wells. That might be a good one.
We make 90% of the world's train wheels.
Train wheel.
Wow.
That's wild.
Okay.
90% of the world
are all made in this area.
Not this location specifically, but
the company as a whole. Okay.
Yeah, that's the wheel division in Groveport.
Is the company all in the United States?
We have 4 different wheel locations, and then I think one's in Mexico. I'm not too sure. But.
All right. Well, I appreciate you calling in, Miguel. I hope you have a great day making wheels.
Cool.
Talk to you later.
Thanks, brother.
Christina, good morning. Christina, how are you?
Good morning. I'm good.
Good. All right, Christina, talk to us like you're at work. What is some of the jargon you use every single day?
In our meetings, we talk about what kind of medications we're going to be giving. We are going to talk about how many patients we are going to room. Also, like our attendance and tardies and what kind of particular patient needs special treatment.
Okay, so this is obviously some sort of medical field, but if you're talking about tardies and who's going to need special treatment, is this like an old folks home?
That's what I was thinking.
Almost. Not really, but you're close. So we deal with patients of variety of ages.
Okay. So this is...
It could be from like 6 till like their 70s.
Okay. Do you usually wake and bake before you go into the office? Because it sounds like you're a little just coasting right now.
I'm getting over the flu and COVID.
Oh, okay. Because it just sounded like you were coasting right now, nice and easy. Maybe it was a day you weren't going into work.
So are you just in like a straight up hospital?
No, so I am in a clinic.
Okay.
We deal with a lot of patients who have ODD, ADHD.
Like a behavioral type clinic.
Yeah, so
okay.
Behavioral health / primary care, yeah. But we also give out vaccines, or injections.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you calling, Christina. I hope you have a great day and go take another toke, okay?
So I will.
All right, very good. Do we have one more on there? All right, texts are rolling through. I need you to go check the thingamajigger and disconnect the whatchamacallit from the doohickey.
All right.
Yeah, I know that one. I totally get it.
All right, I'm listening.
The 3 things you need to know before you go.
A second victim has died in that mass shooting in New Albany Tuesday night. We do not know any of the victims' identities. 4 people remain hospitalized. Their conditions have not been released. The suspect, 28-year-old Bruce Foster III, will be in court this afternoon. He has been charged with aggravated murder in that shooting inside the KDC-1 warehouse on Smiths Mill Road in New Albany. Foster was at large for nearly 12 hours before being arrested late yesterday morning at a home on East 7th near the Short North. What more do we know about Bruce Foster III? He graduated from Brookhaven High School in 2014. That was Brookhaven's final year before closing. He played varsity quarterback during the 2013 season. He graduated with an associate's from Columbus State in 2019. Police say they're kind of piecing together a picture of what the motive was, so that will be interesting when they decide to release that.
Is this a case of someone, quote unquote, going postal? Like just
I don't know.
At work?
I'm sure that's been looked at. They said they spoke with supervisors, other employees to find out what exactly was going on in the building, what the atmosphere was.
Because the supervisor was the one that was killed at the location.
Well,
correct?
there was a supervisor down, so we don't know who was killed and et cetera.
Okay,
but yeah. According to the 911 call we heard,
right?
Yeah, there was a supervisor down. Another weird airplane incident. Yesterday on the runway at Seattle-Tacoma, the right wing of a Japan Airlines plane hit the tail of a Delta plane. Both planes were full, by the way. The Japan Airlines plane had just landed and was taxiing to the gate. The Delta plane was being de-iced, so it was getting ready to take off. There were no injuries, except for all of the Delta passengers had to be rebooked, and they were all headed to Puerto Vallarta.
Puerto Vallarta, yeah.
Puerto Vallarta, is that how you say? Which is where many Royal Caribbean cruises depart. So can you imagine these people all missing their cruises? Because...
And what happens there? Because let's just say it's Royal Caribbean.
Yeah.
They're not going to refund your money because of a freak accident at the airport in Seattle. You're just SOL.
I think if you buy the vacation insurance, then that's about the only thing that's probably going to save you.
Oh, I'd be so mad.
And then do you try to catch up with it at the next port, or do you just especially if you can't get a refund,
right?
But then you got to buy another plane ticket.
Another plane ticket to wherever they're going, which is most likely going to be expensive because it's some small island on their itinerary.
I would hope the airline would give you a ticket.
Who? The Japanese airline or Delta?
Oh.
Delta's not going to take responsibility for something that a Japanese airline pilot did.
That's right.
Well, then don't you sue the Japanese airline?
But what about the cruise?
Right? We're going to sue, right?
What about the cruise? Your current vacation. You don't have time to mess with that.
No.
You just want to get on board the ship. Anyway, I don't know. I don't even know if they were going on a cruise. It's just my imagination here. But
no, I get it. But even if they're going to Puerto Vallarta, even if that's your vacation destination, that's still, people go down there for 7 days to the all-inclusives and things like that.
Oh my gosh,
I would be pissed.
Yes. All right, listen to this. This is wild, you guys. A judge in upstate New York has resigned after he was called to jury duty. He's trying to get out of jury duty like the rest of us, but this guy's a judge. So Judge Richard Snyder was summoned. He appears with the jury pool, and he tells them, hey, look, I'm a judge. And they're like, cool. And he says, I can't be impartial because I know that everybody who stands in front of me in a courtroom is guilty, or else they wouldn't be there.
Excuse me, what?
That is what he said. So he continued to repeat this. I can't be impartial because if you show up in my courtroom, I know you've done something wrong. So they dismissed him, obviously. You can't have that kind of a person on your jury. However, the judge who was overseeing the jury selection reported him to the state. So you've got a judge here.
As you should.
Yes, who is absolutely not being impartial. So they call this guy in for a judicial commission hearing, and they said, hey, what was going on here? You said that you couldn't be impartial, and he's like, yeah, no, that's right. I can't be impartial. If you wind up in my courtroom, I know it's because you've done something wrong.
Jeez.
And they're like, bro, yeah, you can't do that anymore. You need to resign. He did agree to resign. They're like, hand over your gavel, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's time.
You can't be a judge.
Yes. And they made him swear that he would never run for a judgeship again.
Or if you see his name on the paperwork, you're just like, denied.
Yeah,
no.
denied.
Say hi to Judgito.
I mean, that's the basis of our whole judicial system. You're innocent until proven guilty.
Right. He's like, yeah, I understand that, but I know you've done something wrong if you wind up and standing in front of me in court. That is what was happening in upstate New York.
That is so
wild. He's off the bench now, and those are your 3 things.
Yesterday on the show, during the not-so-breaking news, I shared with you that they are working on changing a law in Minnesota because up until last year, it was legal to eat beaver meat. And for some reason, they changed that law. And now, Senator Steve Green from Minnesota is trying to reverse the law back to where it's legal to eat beaver meat because they've got a bunch of beaver up in Minnesota. Some of them are called nuisance beavers. And so you can trap them, and it was legal to eat them, and they want to make that legal again. It's like, I guess there are people in Minnesota who enjoy beaver meat. I've never had it before. Would I try it? Here's my thing.
Nuisance beaver sounds very, gamey.
Yes. I bet it is a tougher meat. It's not going to be the most tenderest of meats out there.
Right.
But my concern would be it not being processed properly. Like, wouldn't there be a concern of, I don't know, parasites or disease? It's a rodent. It's a rodent. That's just out in the wild. Now, granted, I know you can go out and kill a deer, but isn't it processed properly so you make sure it's safe for consumption?
Yeah. You want to tour the beaver processing plant.
You do.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely. But it got me thinking, if this becomes law and there's an opportunity to sell beaver meat, it could be beneficial for a member of the Morning Blitz. Because, Thick Rick, you also enjoy bass fishing.
Yes.
So I'm thinking that if you were to combine the two, you could have yourself quite the business. And you could really bank off this. You might even be able to, retire from radio. This could be like your nest egg for what you do.
I'm listening.
So I went and I wrote you a commercial for your new business.
Oh.
All right?
Okay.
All right. So give me some commercial music.
All right. You ready?
Yeah. Thick Rick's Deli, your home for beaver and bass. That's right. Whether you want to put your lips on some juicy beaver meat or something fishy, Thick Rick's Deli has got you covered. Our beaver meat is the juiciest around. Moist, succulent beaver meat at your fingertips anytime you want it. However, if you prefer something with a little more stank on it, grab yourself some fishy stuffs. The best bass in the biz. Scraped off, washed, and slit right down the center, Thick Rick's bass can't be beat. Because Thick Rick never beats his meat. Thick Rick's Deli, your home for beaver and bass. You'll never want anyone else's meat in your mouth.
I fall out, man, that way.
Now taking reservations. Oh, my God.
I'm thinking Thick Rick's Deli is a winner.
I can't even. I love my new business so much.
Who wouldn't want beaver and bass? So, I'm hoping these laws change. I'm hoping we get the opportunity to see Thick Rick's Deli downtown on High Street coming up sometime in the very near future.
Nice beaver.
Thank you. I just had it stuffed.
Let me help you with that.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
Your first story today is a WTF. What the Florida? It's a man in Florida by the name of Justin Sorky, who was arrested for arson after he started 2 illegal fires in the Osceola National Forest, a whole bunch bigger than a campfire. The Forest Service noticed the smoke and slow simmering fire in grass, brush, and trees. And Justin did admit to setting the fires. He claimed he was conducting controlled burns, which if you've ever seen any of these big forest fires, the ones happening out in California, I know when I lived in Colorado, lived through 2 massive evacuation level fires. And that's what they do. They do these controlled burns where they'll go, many acres out from where the forest is, and they'll burn lines in the forest because then there's nothing for the forest to catch on fire for the fire to continue.
Right, it can't advance.
However, these controlled burns are done by the experts, which he was not. He says he was permitted to do the controlled burns because he's a sovereign citizen.
Oh, I gotcha. That's all I need to hear.
And if you've been online at all, you've seen these sovereign citizens who are basically anti-government extremists who believe, although they physically reside in the country, they are separate from the United States and don't have to follow any of the rules.
You can't tax me. You can't pull me over.
Yeah.
I'm not driving. I'm traveling. Every single argument. And they all have that same...
The document.
Yeah, they have the same 3-ring binder.
Yes.
That they take, or they try and pull out to the police officer, or they try and take to courthouse. Haven't they seen enough of these videos to realize it doesn't work? There are laws that you have to follow, and that's just the way it is.
That stuff's never gotten anybody out of anything.
Nothing. No. And again, just like this story, not surprisingly, that didn't fly. He was cuffed. He's been indicted for committing felony larceny on federal property. A court date isn't set yet. Build-A-Bear, the store inside the mall.
Definitely.
You take your kids. You pick your hollowed out stuffed animal. They then take it over to the cotton machine, which looks like absolute sexual assault. Have you seen what they do to these poor? You haven't?
Do they just jam it full of cotton?
Oh,
yeah,
100% in the holiest of holes with no kind of warm up.
No kidding. No, I've not witnessed
and then
that.
I guess the proper way to do it, to fluff them, is to just continuously just ram these poor animals.
Dang.
Well,
you got to shield the kids' eyes at that point.
You think you should.
Yeah.
You think you should. Otherwise, you might have to answer some questions. Here's the deal. I guess Build-A-Bear is taking a bit of a turn because Build-A-Bear's newest animal that you can get is a cougar. And here's the thing. Not only did they make a cougar, the accessories to go along with it, because, after you buy your Build-A-Bear, you then buy the accessories. You buy what clothes you want it to have. You buy what little accoutrements you want to give your bear. Well, for the cougar, they've got a black halter top shirt that says "On the Prowl," and they have got a...
Wait, so this is a bear dressed up as a cougar?
A cougar,
like
cougar.
A lady?
Like the one you try and find at Saturday night at like 1:45 before the bar closes type cougar.
I thought it was a cougar animal. Okay.
It is. I mean, it's a cougar animal, but the accessories to go along with it
are sexy.
Definitely send a message.
I gotcha.
Not only do they have the halter top On the Prowl shirt, but they also have this like leopard print fur coat that it wears.
Wow.
And on top of all of it, they actually have a commercial for this new toy.
She's a cougar. She's a cougar. Watch out, boys. On the prowl.
Excuse me?
This punk is in the front. Too fierce to handle. Too fat to ignore. She's got her heels and she's ready for more.
Wow. Don't get me wrong. I am fully on board. Cougar support 100%. I'm just shocked they're doing it at Build-A-Bear.
Right.
This fur coat cougar looks like a pimp. I'm not kidding. Even the look on Bear's face is like, give me my money. I'm not kidding. It looks just like a pimp.
So if you're looking for maybe a unique Valentine's Day gift, if you've got a cougar in your life that you want to give them something, then
hey, it looks like it's half price right now. I'm on the website. $32.
Yeah, but you're not giving this to a kid, right?
No, this is for adults.
I wouldn't think so.
This is behind the beaded curtain, Thick.
Olivia, aren't you a little old for a teddy bear? That's why it's a cougar, Dad.
That's why it's a cougar. Although the good news is, of all the animals they have at Build-A-Bear, the cougar is the one that loves being stuffed the most. All right, look, we all know nobody knows everything, especially when it comes to your interest or hobbies. You're going to know more about that than other people, especially if you're not in that particular hobby group or something that interests you. You're not going to waste your time reading about, watching, looking at things that don't interest you. Why would you? But there are certain things that are just part of the universe. Certain things that we come across that you can't avoid. If you're on social media or if you turn on the news, there are just things you can't avoid. So when I saw this clip yesterday, I was really taken aback. Bert Kreischer, funny comedian, has his hands in a whole bunch of stuff, not only his stand-up career. He's got his, Two Bears, One Cave with Tom Segura.
Yeah.
Great podcast. But he also does another podcast/video series because Bert likes to cook. So what he does is he's in the kitchen and he's cooking, and he usually has one or two guests with him as he's cooking, and it's just them talking. And so that's what this video was that popped up yesterday. It's a video of his, is it On the Fire or Over the Flame or something like that is what it's called. And he has got with him Thomas Lennon, very funny actor. You may have seen him in
Reno 911.
Yeah, Reno 911 or Superfish, or what was that? Super Troopers. And then they had the other fish one, says Slammin' Salmon or something like that.
New Boot Goofin'.
Very, very funny. And Weird Al Yankovic was the other guest. So they're sitting there talking, and here's a clip from that conversation.
Because you have no control. Who lives, who dies, who tells your story. Please don't sue us. He's like your best friend. Hamilton.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Have you not seen Hamilton?
I don't know what you're talking about.
This makes sense that you're a big shirtless dude with a vodka company.
Wait, what's Hamilton?
You're doing a bit.
No, I'm not. No, what's Hamilton?
You've never heard of Hamilton, the most successful musical in the history
the
of the
play.
world? Yeah.
With Lin-Manuel?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Although you did
Like
just call him
someone-
Lin-Manuel.
What's his name? Lin-Manuel.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yeah, same.
This is like a flex to show how straight you are. It's I don't know.
Never heard of Hamilton.
Oh, the guy from Hamilton? No, I don't know.
I didn't know who he was. He's only been in one thing. He's been in Hamilton.
In our world, he's like the most famous person.
For real.
Yes.
That guy?
Yes.
What else? He was in the Bronx Tale or the Puerto Rican.
What?
Hold on. Hang on. Did he write Hamilton?
Oh my God.
He wrote it. Wait. Hold on. Does everyone know about this thing?
Now, come on. And look, I'm 100% biased because not only am I a theater fan, but we haven't necessarily shared this before. My brother is a Broadway producer. My brother discovered Lin-Manuel Miranda in The Heights, his first show. My brother produced Hamilton. I was at opening night on Broadway for Hamilton.
Wow.
I was at the Tony Awards when Hamilton won the Tony Awards. So I have a very close, I've hung out with Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Wow.
I've got a very close relationship with, that show. And again, I'm just an overall
Broadway,
theater
yeah.
fan, in general. But to say, what's Hamilton? That seems
That is
a bit odd. Even if you're not a theater fan, you've heard of Hamilton.
When Bert Kreischer finally said, "Oh, you mean the play?" I'm like, what else did you think he meant when he said, to me, I cannot believe that Bert Kreischer did not know what Tom Lennon was talking about. There is no way he had not heard of Hamilton. And then he was like, "Oh yeah, I think I remember something about this thing." Was an absolute enormous Broadway smash and then did a full national tour, I think twice.
Well, not only that, one, it's still on Broadway, and two, they have got 6 casts around the world right now.
Right.
They've got a permanent spot at the West End in London, and then they've got 5 other touring casts that are touring the world at all times.
Then it was like a top streaming show on Disney
Plus when they made the movie out of it. Yeah,
everybody's played this soundtrack a million times. There is not a chance in the world that Bert Kreischer wasn't kind of doing a bit here, but it was annoying.
Yeah,
it really was. I'm like, come
just
on,
odd.
man, that's really silly.
It brought up the conversation. What is something in the pop culture lexicon that you've never heard of? You had no idea up until 2 years ago. It was Game of Thrones. Now, granted, I knew what Game of Thrones was. I had seen the clip of the Red Wedding on YouTube, but I watched one episode. I hated it. I put it down for years. But then Nora made me sit down and watch it, and I enjoyed it. It's a really good series.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
But
did the same.
Couldn't tell you anything about the show up until 2 years
Right.
ago. So what is something that you have no clue about whatsoever, maybe not even heard of, like Hamilton, even though it's everywhere?
Oh.
Kelly, you got one?
I do. I mean, I've heard of it, though, so it's a little different. But I have never seen a single minute of a Final Destination movie. And I know there are like 5 or 6.
6 ones coming.
Six ones coming. Never seen it. I've heard enough to where I understand about the log truck.
Right.
And that you can't escape death. That's basically the theme. Like you
I
got
would almost give you a pass on that because what was it you brought up? The Ring or something?
Yeah, The Ring.
The Ring and the Hierarchy or the Heretic and all the. I've never seen any of the
that. Exorcist?
I've seen The Exorcist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I would say horror movies as a general, especially the most recent ones. So, what is something that is just so massively known that you know nothing about? Thick?
I have never seen one episode of The Office.
Oh, you're missing out.
So
And there's
if
a
I
few of
said-
those- like Kelly, you bring up shows like what is in Philadelphia?
It's Always Sunny?
Yeah, I've never seen an episode of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're missing out on like 2 of the top 5 sitcoms
Yeah.
of all time, without a doubt.
So if I said the phrase "just pooping," you know how I be, you
I have
wouldn't know
no
what that was
clue.
from.
No clue.
Okay.
And I've always had in like several of the influencers, like people I can just remember in the past. Now I've heard of it, but like I have no idea what PewDiePie thing was or what it's about. I have no idea what any of that's about.
But again, you've heard the name.
I've heard the
Mr.
name.
Beast,
That one I do.
Alex Earl.
I have no clue.
Yeah, there's tons of influence.
800.
Yeah, I know. I don't know who any of them are.
800-821-9970. Give us a call. You can shoot us a text, 99700. What's something in the universe that everyone knows about, but you have never heard about? Goose, Kelly, Thick Rick, good morning. We're talking about this video from Bert Kreischer's podcast or whatever it is, Something's Burning. He's sitting down with Thomas Lennon from
Reno 911.
and Weird Al Yankovic is also at the table, and they are talking about, Hamilton comes up, and Bert Kreischer says, what's that?
What's that?
He has no idea what Hamilton is. And it's like, well, Thomas Lennon is obviously, he's been in theater, he's been on Broadway.
Yeah, he's
Weird
seen
Al
it,
Yankovic actually worked with Lin-Manuel Miranda and wrote the Hamilton polka. Because, he does those funny songs. So he took all the sounds from the soundtrack and made it into a polka song.
How does a bastard orphan son of a whore and a Scotsman dropped in the middle of a forgotten spot in the Caribbean by Providence?
If you know the soundtrack, you know the song. So, but Bert Kreischer had no idea. So we wanted to know what's that one thing that's in the world of pop culture that everyone knows about?
I don't know, but I just got called a Toby, and I have no clue.
Because you've never seen The Office,
Right?
And you don't know what a Toby is,
Right?
You're kind of a Toby.
Yeah,
let's see.
I can see it.
Harold's on hold. Is Harold still there?
Yes.
Harold, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, Harold, what's that one thing that everyone knows about and you just don't know it?
So for me, it is The Sopranos.
Okay.
I just watched The Sopranos again, probably. You know what? Sopranos was my COVID show.
Oh, okay.
That's what it was.
Perfect.
I watched The Sopranos during
I have
COVID.
no good excuse. I'm interested to see that. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Hey, Harold, let me tell you, you're good.
Oh,
You
no,
don't
it's
have to
great.
watch it.
It was only 2 years ago for us that we watched it.
Oh, I loved
And
The Sopranos.
it's
One of my
great.
favorite shows ever.
Really?
Yes.
I see. There was a lot. There were so many people that told me to watch it, and I was.
They build it up
not-
too much
I
for
was-
you.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
See,
Here's a
I
little
would much
silly
rather.
twist.
What's that, Harold?
Here's a silly little twist. So, like, in pop culture, let's say, ramen noodles, instant ramen noodles.
Yeah?
Everybody knows about those.
Yeah.
Never have in my life. I'm almost 40, and I've still
You've never had instant ramen noodles.
Dude, I want you to go to the store today and get some ramen noodles.
Yeah, you really eat.
Well,
Although
I
I
like
recommend,
the same way.
I recommend cup of noodles over.
Oh, really?
Ramen noodles.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, thanks for the call, Harold. Have a great one. Yeah. So Andrew said the same thing. No Sopranos. Gavin said no Office, no Seinfeld. I definitely haven't seen all the episodes of Seinfeld. I've seen
I
some,
haven't either.
I have
but
seen
not all of them.
every episode of Seinfeld. I want to, no exaggeration, I've probably seen him 10 times, every single episode.
Really? No,
And
that's how I
on
am
the
with The
low end.
Office.
And that's how I am with Big Bang Theory and Everybody Loves Raymond.
Okay. 2250 says, I've never seen a single second of any Star Wars movie.
Oh, my gosh.
See,
Wow.
again, that seems hard to avoid.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. There are other people like that. It just seems like if you're turning on TNT at some point, you're going to come across
You're
a
going to
Star Wars
accidentally
movie.
see a few minutes of it. Evelyn says Chapel Roan. I got nothing. I'm with you, Evelyn. I hear of Chapel Roan. I know she's out there. I don't know a thing about Chapel Roan.
The 30, 40 seconds I watched the Grammys Sunday,
so you got a
I
little
saw
taste.
what she looked like.
Okay.
She was singing, and I was like, okay, I'm going.
Yeah.
I know her name. I know she's a pop star,
Yeah.
but I couldn't tell you one thing about her. Sky says never seen any Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, Harry Potter, or Lord of the Rings. So you don't like the sci-fi stuff. Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen Walking Dead.
Really?
That was never on my list.
Never seen an episode?
Nope.
Oh.
I may have seen... it has been on,
Yeah.
but I've never really watched it.
I love everything in the Walking Dead universe. I've seen all the shows, all the spinoffs.
Okay.
I made it a few. How many seasons did I make? Like
was
5?
that 6 or 7?
6 or 7.
When Negan showed up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say for me, it's Sons of Anarchy and Breaking Bad. Nothing's ever going to beat those two.
Oh wow. Okay. So
Yeah.
Sons of Anarchy is second on my list of the second best TV show ever.
Have you seen Better Call Saul?
You know what?
I want to tell you. Have you?
I have not. I have seen the first season, and I wasn't grabbed in the first season.
Okay.
So maybe I'll go back and watch it.
Please do, because it almost outranks Breaking Bad. By the end, I think I liked this better than Breaking Bad.
The one thing I did see that I pieced together from clips on YouTube was how they built the laboratory. That was a really cool series of videos of how they brought the Germans in and brought the laboratory.
Yeah.
So I did like that. I might have to go back.
Goose, not you, Goose. Goose texting in doesn't know what a fidget spinner is.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of
Know
funny.
anything about
It's
fidget
just funny.
spinners?
It's just funny.
Well, they had their 5 minutes of fame a few years ago.
Roger Broadbeck said Hamilton just thought he was a president. Roger, I have really bad news for you. He was not the president either.
The only thing that kept him from being president, though, was an affair.
Aaron Burr?
Otherwise,
oh, okay.
no, the
Gotcha.
affair.
Gotcha.
Yeah. What were the papers called?
I don't know. I've only
The
seen
Reynolds
Hamilton once.
pamphlet.
Okay.
Reynolds pamphlet, yeah.
Reynolds
So.
pamphlet. All right, got it.
Three things you need to know before you go.
Suspect in the deadly shooting at a New Albany warehouse is expected to appear in court today. An arraignment hearing for 28-year-old Bruce Foster III is scheduled for this afternoon. Investigators say Foster shot 6 of his co-workers inside the KDC-1 facility on Smith's Mill Road North Tuesday night. One of the victims died at the scene, 1 died at the hospital, and 4 remain hospitalized. We do not know the victims' names or conditions. Investigators are still trying to pinpoint a motive for the shooting. New Albany officials, this is wild, you guys. There has never been a murder in New Albany. This community has been around for 188 years, and these are the first 2 murders that have ever happened in that community. A former elementary school gym teacher in Cincinnati awaiting trial on child porn and sex crimes charges has died in jail. Mark Alter was arrested last year after being found with a very young victim at a hotel right here in good old Columbus. This guy is a was a vile human being. He did take his own life in the Butler County jail cell. To that, I say good riddance. It just some of the details of this story are the most disturbing things you've ever heard. And this person should not be walking amongst us. I'm glad he took care of it. Coca-Cola is joining Buckeye Nation. Is that too harsh? It's a child porn guy. I'm allowed to say that, right?
I think he knows what was coming if he were to end up behind bars, because they do not take too kindly to those type of people.
I mean, I don't, okay. Coca-Cola is joining Buckeye Nation and celebrating Ohio State's 2024 national championship win. The soft drink company is rolling out special OSU commemorative cans. Drinks featuring the championship logo are being shipped out to stores beginning this week. Coca-Cola is also planning to make Ohio State glass bottles available this August, so that's pretty cool. I don't know if you guys remember the old 7-Up commemorative cans that you stacked it up in a pyramid and it made the picture of Uncle Sam.
Yep.
My dad worked for 7-Up, so we got a full set of those cans. And we still have them. My nephew has them still.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it was from like way back in the day. I can't remember what year those came out, but those commemorative cans are cool, especially if they make a picture. These just have like the Buckeye stuff on them. So it's cool. They just say national champions and they're red cans, etc. So anyway.
Goose going to run out and get some today.
Yep.
By the way, we made Brian Hartline our new offensive coordinator. He will take
How about
Chip
that?
Kelly's place.
All right,
So-
you like that move?
I do. Hartline's fantastic. We'll see, how he is as the number one. I mean, he was the co-offensive coordinator, this past season.
He knows
so-
what he's doing.
Yeah, we'll see how he is as the main play caller.
I always like promoting from within, though. I
Well,
like that.
Yeah.
the dude, he is the reason we have all of these amazing receivers. He is just the greatest wide receiver recruiter ever and helps develop them.
Right. No, very good.
All right, those are your 3 things.
Hey, welcome to your Thursday. Going to get close to 50 today. Nice little warm-up after the weird, wet ice rain mix we had. If you jump on our Facebook page, I posted a video of getting in the car this morning, and it just had that thin layer of ice over the entire car, so much so where I rolled down the windows, and the sheet of ice was still there. I had to punch out the sheet of ice.
How hard did you have to pull on your door handle?
Not too
my God.
bad.
Mine was bad.
But I did have to sit there because, I am staying with a coworker. We shared yesterday that, my move down here Sunday, my fiance and the 2 boys aren't coming down until the school year's over, so it's just me. And I didn't want to get a place and pay 2 huge, rents or mortgages while I was waiting for him. So I've been staying with him. But I park in the street. I'm leaving for work at 4:15 in the morning, and I didn't want to pull out the ice scraper.
Right.
That'd just be rude.
You didn't let it warm up?
No.
Oh,
I mean, I was already... I'm not going to go outside and start the car because it's across the street.
Oh, yeah.
And,
It's
just a
weird
headache.
thing.
So, but I did sit there and had to let it warm up. And then I did do the kind of driving through the one spot in the windshield.
Right.
Where it's not completely defrosted.
Right.
But again, it's 4:15 in the morning and it's all of 0.6 miles, half of that being side streets, and then it's one straight shot. But when I see the ice punch-out video, it's on our Facebook page.
I had to pull hard to get my door open, and then I turned on. I went back in the house to let it warm up. But when I first went out, I knew it was going to be icy. I didn't know how bad. Dude, I almost went down, and I'm like crawling, holding onto my truck, crawling along it to get to the door because my driveway was just like an ice skating rink.
Those are some great videos online.
Oh, God, I know.
When you see
I'm not
people
going to be one of them.
sliding. Do you have a Ring camera? Would it catch your stuff?
Not there, no.
Oh. Yeah,
No.
those always make for some really great videos. So, again, thankfully, it is going to warm up. Although, how's that weekend looking? If we roll into tomorrow, high at 36, and we'll be floating right around 40 for most of the weekend.
It's still winter.
It is still February.
Damn it.
I get it. As much as I want to get out on the golf course and you want to get out on the bass fishing boat.
But do have the fishing show this weekend at the fairgrounds.
Oh, really?
Yes. Pros in town.
Are you going to be going?
Oh, every year. Can't miss it.
What is it you're going for? Are you
Well,
looking for new equipment? Are you going to see some friends? What is the
Well, they have great deals on stuff. I don't know what I might find there, but it's that the Bass Pros come and do seminars. They got a big giant bass tank where they do seminars and show you how to do the different things, and so they got a big audience, man.
They have seminars on how to catch bass?
Well, different ways. There's a million different bass baits and different ways to catch bass.
You don't
depending
just
on,
throw the hook in the water and wait until
dude, you wait. We're going. Yeah, I'm going to take you out
until the bass chews on the worm, and then you gave it a yank, and that's it. No, there's different ways.
There's a lot of different kinds of fish in the lake. I'm targeting one specific kind.
So you got to have the right lure and all that kind of stuff.
The right lure, the right presentation, where to go, how deep to fish.
The right presentation.
How you their baits can be presented differently based on how the fish are acting and what they're doing. He's laughing. He doesn't get it. He doesn't get it.
Trying to lure that bass in with your sexy dance there, Thick.
Yeah. Maybe I'll play my new play that new commercial you made for me.
Yeah. All right. Well, enjoy your time at the Bass? It's just a bass fishing show?
Well, no, it's for everything.
Okay.
But bass is number one.
What you're there for?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I'll go learn a trick or two.
Yeah, you just stay
watch
home.
the
Man.
seminar.
Just go to the golf show.
That's what I'll
Yeah,
do.
yeah,
Absolutely. All right, let's learn you some stuff on a Thursday morning. Little tidbits of information you can take with you throughout the day and maybe just feel a little bit smarter. Nearly half of Australia's birds and 90% of its mammals, reptiles, and frogs aren't found anywhere else on the planet.
Really?
Yeah. Just in Australia.
Right.
And I love to travel. I want to explore. I would love to go to Australia, but I'm sticking to Sydney. I'm not going to the Outback.
Oh.
I've seen too many videos. There's just no way. Like the huntsman spider that takes up the entire garbage can.
Right.
Nope. And I know they're the most gentle thing there is, and they're there, and they take care of other animals, but no, not happening. Not happening one bit. There is enough cash in circulation in the United States that every single person in America, adults and kids, could carry some around. How much money, Thick, do you think every person, 334 million people, could each carry in their pocket? And that's how much cash we have circulating around the U.S.
Oh, my gosh. $187.
No. $6,500.
Oh, my gosh. I knew it was going to be much higher.
Every single person could carry around $6,500.
This is just circulating cash.
Circulating cash.
So there's people out there with a lot of cash.
Yeah.
Because I don't have that much cash in my house.
No. I don't have $6,500.
I don't have $650 in my house.
Right.
I might have 65.
Right. In ancient Persia, people debated ideas twice. Once when they were sober and once when they were drunk.
This is fun.
The idea had to sound good in both states before they started acting on it. I think that's genius.
This should be a new official way of doing things for our government.
Because I have lost count of the amazing ideas I've come up with when I'm drunk. And then...
Because you didn't write it down.
Think about it when you're sober and you're like, oh, maybe that's not the best idea. Not the best idea. McDonald's sells how many hamburgers every second, Thick? Every second. How many hamburgers does McDonald's sell?
87 million. Every second. 870,000. How's that?
No, 75 burgers.
Oh.
Every second.
So that would be the average over the entire day?
Right, but you're talking every single McDonald's location
That's
combined. If they're selling 75 burgers every second. Hold on, let me bust out the nifty calculator here. So you got 75 times 60 because that's 4,500 burgers every minute times 60 is 270,000 burgers per hour times 24, 6,480,000 burgers per day at McDonald's. That's a lot of burgers. And finally, the Slurpee capital of the world. I'm not a fan of Slurpees. I'm not a fan of Ices.
I like the blue raspberry.
Do you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the only one.
They'll do it for
It's
me.
got to be blue raspberry.
The Slurpee capital of the world for more than 20 years in a row. This particular 7-Eleven has been the number one selling Slurpee location for the past 20 years. Is in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Really?
Okay.
In that cold of a place, that's where they sell more Slurpees than anywhere else.
It's kind of weird.
Okay. Learning you some stuff on a Thursday morning.